It's time for Don't Come Here, Stories of the Treasure Coast, where we talk about beautiful beaches, stunning sunrises, and unforgettable experiences. So, if you don't like that sort of thing, definitely don't come here. Now, here's your host, Joshua Flores.
Thank you so much, and welcome everyone to Don't Come Here, Stories of the Treasure Coast. It's a pleasure to have you all here with me, and it's going to be an amazing episode today. Tonight we are talking about Zen, unwinding, relaxing, finding your peace in the Treasure Coast. I have some amazing guests with me today that are all about that from each of the counties here in the Treasure Coast. My first guest is she has a passion for the healing powers of sound therapy. She conceptualized and launched a series of mindfulness-based offerings to an ever-growing Treasure Coast audience. She is the owner and creator of High Mindfulness Forums. Please welcome Dina Rahil.
That's correct.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I had the pleasure of being able to experience one of your sound therapy classes. My fiance and I went out and got to experience it, and it was a surreal experience. It was really something cool to be able to not only hear about something new to us like the sound therapy, but to be able to go in and experience and get the entire ambiance, and the tour that you gave us and everything was just fantastic. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, Josh, it was an honor to take you on a journey prior to this podcast, because I believe if we do the reverse engineering, the experience speaks for itself. I can tell you all day about the science behind it, what it does to your body. I will share with you some of the benefits, but the reverse engineering, I always introduce it very lightly.
Right.
But once you experience it for yourself, there are no words. You just experience, and then you share what you've gotten.
No, that's absolutely true, because it is definitely one of those things that since experiencing, and that's exactly what it is. It's an experience. It's not just like going to a class, and it's not like if you go to yoga or something like that where you do the yoga poses and you get the feeling of refreshment from the yoga, but it's such an enveloping experience that I've told plenty of people about it. It's definitely been an amazing experience. So thank you so much once again for having us.
Thank you. And the easiest way you can explain it is that sound either brings you up or brings you down. You activate or you downshift.
Right.
And that is your nervous system. It's based on the fact that life is vibration. We are all vibrating. Everything in this room vibrates. Mm-hmm. The difference is at its own frequency.
Right.
So we're all tuned like a radio station at our own station. And when you're out of tune, you feel it. You know it. You wake up, you're not in tune. Well, this is our instrument for life. The body, the mind, the spirit. And when you're out of tune, you follow those notes, and it's awkward. It's not feeling right. And the body always wants to restore itself to its natural resonance. So what I do, I provide a space, a light, an environment for you to balance yourself back to your natural resonance. So all the instruments that I have, I can show you and make you feel them. It's really about feeling them. And your body's smart enough to attract that necessary frequency. Mm-hmm. To balance itself. So even though you're 16 people in the same room, you're not going to get the same journey, depending first on your relationship to sound, to music, what's going on in your day today. Are you sad? Are you happy? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Or do you just want to relax? And in the science, I know I'm going on, but please, jump in if you have any questions, but it's like the science of it is that your body gets to that parasympathetic state. Mm-hmm. When we're awake, it's sympathetic. Parasympathetic, I like to compare it to a body massage, but with sound waves. You reap a lot of the same benefits. And, where am I going with that? Reap same benefits, yes, correct. It's a body massage. I call it a vibrational massage. So it reduces anxiety. Number one right now, who hasn't felt anxiety no matter who you are on this planet in the last 2 years, right? So it elevates your mood. It balances your off balance. So our energy gets out of tune, just like an instrument. I help you tune it back. All you have to do is lay back, rest, and just allow yourself to feel. Beginning, you hear it, but then you start feeling it in your body. And you feel where things are blocked, hurting. And a lot of times it's just to get to that deep state of disconnecting from the outside world and enter that deep silence within you. Don't have to meditate, don't have to count anything, you just allow the sound waves to take you on that journey.
And it was definitely a very peaceful experience. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. Yeah.
And then others will go, I'm activated, I'm ready to take on the day. So that day you needed to downshift your nervous system.
And that's exactly what it did for me. It was perfect. My next guest has over 18 years of experience in the spa industry. She is one of the starting team members of the White Orchid Spa from before you started back in February of 2011. You have helped to craft the treatment protocols of anything that your guests will experience when they come in to visit at the White Orchid Spa. She is the aesthetics manager, lead esthetician, and hiring manager at White Orchid Spa. You basically run the show. Miss Gina Cole, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I haven't had the experience personally to be able to come into White Orchid Spa, but I did take some time to thoroughly go through the website, look through the gallery, look at all of the different procedures and different processes and different pamperings that you guys have to offer for any of your guests that come in, and just the sheer amount of things that you guys offer is phenomenal. Like it really is, and the amount of people that work there, and like you have such a wonderful environment. Just from what I've seen, I can't wait to come in and actually get to experience it.
We look forward to having you.
Yeah. It would probably, not for nothing, it would probably be my fiance. Because let's be real, like, you know, she loves to get pampered and she loves to, do the, she is interested in doing microblading, but she loves massaging, and I see you do the hot stones and you do the cupping and stuff like that. Like, she loves all of that stuff, so I would love to be able to send her in and, let her experience it.
Well, we'd love to have her and give her that pampering experience.
Yeah. So with White Orchid Spa, you guys have different packages and different things that they have available. What are some of your favorite packages that you guys have there at the spa? Or some of your favorite things?
We put together a variety of packages for people. I know a lot of times people come in looking for gifts and they're not sure what to purchase, and to kind of make that easier and less stressful on people, we design packages that just depends on hours, how much time they want to spend in the spa. They might come in just for like a massage and facial. Some people may come in and want to do some of the items that are listed within our medical spa.
Right.
So we can customize a treatment package specifically for the individual.
That's fantastic. So anyone here that's listening or watching, if you are planning a trip down to the Treasure Coast, you can reach out to either one of any one of our guests really here, and they can work something out with what your plans are, how long you're going to be in the area, how much of a time you want to spend doing something. We can do a whole day at the spa if someone really wants to. We can do the vibrational therapy, or we can even, my next guest, my final guest here is the Senior Environmental Community Outreach Coordinator with the St. Lucie County Environmental Resource Department. That is one incredible title. Like that's a mouthful right there, but it's a wonderful title. And she works specifically out of the Environmental Education and Community Outreach Division located at the Oxbow Eco Center, but she actually oversees all of St. Lucie County's Environmental Resources Department, correct?
Well, our preserve system has a great volunteer program, Preserve Pals, guided nature program, so I kind of oversee the community outreach part of our department.
Okay. But, they have award-winning guided nature programs, and they are one of St. Lucie County's most peaceful preserves. Please welcome Tessa Roberts.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. So whether your ideal of peacefulness or Zen or whatever you need to do to clear your mind, whether that be with the sound therapy or going inside to be pampered or even just communing with nature and being outside, there really is something in the Treasure Coast for anyone, no matter what your taste or what your flair for just wanting to be able to unwind is. You come down here, you got the kids, you got the husband, or you got the, and everybody's driving you crazy, and all of a sudden you're just like, I need to get away. These are the 3 people that you need to speak to here in the Treasure Coast. And we have so many other offerings for ways to be able to unwind here in the Treasure Coast. Like, other than what you specifically do, what are some of your favorite things that you like to do to unwind? Because, I mean, I'm sure that when you're in the spa's like, oh, it's so beautiful. But after a while, you're just like, I don't want to see a spa. You know what I mean? So, like, what are some of your favorite things to do?
Yeah.
I'll start if you want.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Absolutely.
The
Yeah.
beach.
The beach?
Obviously, you see it by my
Everybody, like,
the beach.
the sound of the waves,
If
yes.
I can share,
Yes.
it's called imperfect frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're at the beach with sound therapy, it's a therapy with itself, in itself. You sit there and you just allow, and then when you leave, you can't go home and cook. There's just nothing you can do. So you've reached that Zen spot just being on the beach.
Absolutely. So many people the beach is their happy place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate. The spa is
for
actually located right inside of the Vero Beach Hotel and Spa, which is a beachfront property.
Really?
So when it's time to disconnect, it's very
You just
easy
walk
for us to
outside.
walk out. There it is.
I'm at the Elliott Museum, and it's at the beachfront
That's right,
property
right,
as well.
exactly.
So and then you have the tour of the museum. You're welcome to stay afterwards and walk through the museum.
Yeah.
And nature. I mean, you have
And
a lot.
Right. Even though I work for
Yes.
the Environmental Resources Department, I also like to spend my time
Yes,
at the
me too.
preserves that we manage.
Sure.
It's one of the most beautiful places, most serene.
It's a gift.
We manage over 12,000 acres.
Oh my
and
goodness.
about 40 different sites, 27 of which are open to the public. So we manage properties that are on the beachfront, along the Indian River Lagoon, and inland all the way out to almost the Okeechobee County line. So the diversity of the habitats that we manage really allow you to immerse yourself in the sound of the waves, to the sound of the birds,
creature, yes.
to the river flowing.
Yes.
So sound is a big way that a lot of people do unwind, whether it's through a way that you're working with sound therapy or
Absolutely. Nature.
just simply being quiet in nature and listening.
Yes.
And that's one of my favorite hikes that we do. We have a guided nature program that is offered all year round now. And they're all free to the public, and they're offered by a variety of naturalists and a variety of program topics. And one of the topics that we've been doing, because it was requested, is a silent hike. So as opposed to coming and listening to the hike leader tell you about the birds and the trees and the bees and all of those kinds of things, it's an opportunity to really absorb nature.
I love it.
So we've been doing those silent hikes for a few years now, every now and then, and they're really wonderful.
They are. I'll have to try it. I
Yeah.
absolutely have to try it.
Absolutely. I've gotten to go through a hike at the there's a state park on Walton Road in Port St. Lucie, and I got to go kayaking through there, and I got to go through a tour of that facility years ago, and just being out on the water and just going through the trails and stuff like that, and just seriously
Yes,
just
it is.
listening.
No, you're part of nature.
Yeah,
You
just
become
listening.
one.
You don't even realize how much of an effect the sounds from the chirping and the crickets and the crazily enough, even the clicking from the alligators and stuff like that, how much it just kind of like eases all of your tension and all of your worries, everything just kind of goes. And we've been speaking so much about sound, like there is so much really healing just about listening to the waves and listening to the sounds. But Dina, you brought some of your instruments with you.
Yes, I did.
And you have a little bit of a demonstration that you would like to do for us.
Yes, I can.
So
Prior to starting, that's okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I always like to begin a session with a lot of shaking and rattling because they start moving things out of you. It's like a little noisy, a little aggravating, maybe annoying to you, but that's all part of it. We have to move things, whether they're physical, emotional. So I brought in here just a few rattles, and of course you recognize this with the Native Americans. This is not new. I
Right.
mean, they have them on their you know, their
On their ankles when they're-
and
yep.
their wrists, and you know, you walk the room. Or, you know, or you can be just very, you know.
The rain stick.
I have the rain sticks. I just brought a little bit here because that's like, you know. We'll move on to the ocean drum. Speaking about ocean, it could be very gentle, but we'll keep it for the end. Or at the beginning, may I stay here? Okay, a little bit of a.
That's amazing. It truly
Isn't
sounded
it?
like
Yeah,
the
right.
ocean.
Isn't it just like, you know, you have that storm and then you have that gentleness and just that little. So when you're in it, you know, you have all so many more. Now we're going to show you the crystal bowls. They're made out of silicone quartz and sand. And the affinity that we have with the crystal bowls, they're pure tones. At the molecular level, our cells have silica, while they are silicone quartz and sand. So you can either strike them, and there's different strikes. I just brought this one, and you can see it starts singing.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to make it really sing. This is my loudest. So 14, 15 bowls in a room, ocean drums, rain stick. I take you on this adventure. But know that this is aligning your body wherever it needs it. Still hearing it. So I have, and of course, the larger the bowl, the deeper tone. The smaller the bowl, the more it's acute, but it's meant to work with every cell of your body.
It's amazing to actually be able to see, because when you're lying there and your eyes are closed
Correct.
and you're in the
Correct.
ambiance and
Yes.
all of the lights are down and you're hearing, but you're not seeing what is making the sounds and
Sure.
stuff like that. So it's really cool to be able to see the instruments and exactly what makes what sound and stuff. And like you said, the ocean drum, it really does sound like
And
the
the rain
waves are
stick.
crashing and the
Like a
rain
rain
stick sounds
stick.
like the rain's coming down.
Thunder drums, you know, bells, and of course at the end you go a little more gentle. You bring back people, you know, these coachy chimes. They're just delicate, but that's what I do. That's what I like to. What I'm giving you is what I'd like to receive, and I think it's part of self-care and self-love.
Right.
And how it began for me is because I attended a lot of sound bath. I love what it did to me. And when I created the high mindfulness, you can tell, right? Ooh,
Right.
It just does it. It just tunes you. And even when I provide that service, it's amazing. It's therapeutic, and also a sound bath is just magical. You just, you know, let yourself go into it. But going back to, what was I saying?
If I can add to that,
Please.
We absolutely at our nature center at the Oxbow Eco Center believe in the power of sound and music and that therapy that goes with that. So we even just recently installed a musical forest as
Fantastic.
part of our natural playscape behind the center. So
great.
this is a great place for kids to come and just explore parts of nature. So we have a little play kitchen. We have stumps for them to step on, a little balance beam,
great.
and a little house for them to play in. But then we have our musical area. So they have, there's a pebble harp there. It's almost like a rain stick, but they take pebbles from the bottom and put them in holes at the top, and
Oh,
it
it
tinkles
tinkles
down.
down.
It's really, really cool. A giant xylophone. So the kids, we really, I would say, put it in for the kids, but we have seen lots of adults enjoying it as well. So that's a really cool thing to come and enjoy in nature.
Oh, I would
I don't-
definitely. I will be going
Yeah.
to your.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
absolutely to
Yeah.
your track.
And I'm sure at the White Orchid Spa, like when you guys are doing your massages and when you guys are doing, you know, some of your therapies and stuff like that, you probably have soft music playing in the background.
Absolutely.
Like there's such it really, music and sound and everything like that is really such a healing part of our minds, even though we don't really think about it as much. But it's a science to how much, like especially in your atmosphere at the spa, how much sound and whatnot really relaxes the body during the.
Definitely not just the treatments that we offer. People come to us, they are, you know, claiming they have lack of sleep, they're just stressed out, they can't focus. And what we provide is not just the therapy, but the atmosphere where they can safely come in. We do provide spa music. What you offer is absolutely right in line with what we have at the spa.
Right.
It's the fragrances. We have our own signature scent, and the keynote of that signature scent is orange,
Okay.
which is native
Which is
to this
Florida.
area.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it's a very uplifting fragrance, so it just kind of makes people elevate their mood as they're at the spa. The dim lighting that we offer, our warm and friendly staff, our amenities, everything is designed to help people to disconnect and enjoy the ultimate spa experience with us.
Right. And I mean, and you mentioned the women-friendly staff, which is fantastic because people deserve to be comfortable wherever they go.
Sure.
But you even do have offerings for men.
Oh, yes.
To be able to go in and be pampered as well. Because
Absolutely.
let's face it, guys, you know, we are, as men, we're expected to be the guy, we're expected to be, you know, but sometimes we need to unwind and we need to relax as well. And, you know, whether it be going out in nature on a hike
Well, you have
or
the same
getting
nervous
pampered
system.
or
Sure,
exactly.
It's the same
Yeah.
nervous system. It's not, you know, you can't decide. You need a facial, you need to unwind, you need to. I have more and more men that come in with their wives. Of course, they're dragged in, okay? It's so funny unless they've experienced it. And then they're like, they've had the best journey. They're like more impressed and they come back. But it's so funny to watch them come in like you're just like, it's going to be torture. And then they come out like, wow, I don't know where I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you-
And it's so it really is, you know, speaking of the Treasure Coast and all of the things that we have to really unwind, it really is family friendly for everybody in the family, whether it be mom, dad, the kids, because like you were saying, like you guys have kids programs and stuff like that. You guys have the kids area. The nature hikes are fantastic for the kids because it's such an awesome, awe-inspiring learning experience for the kids and stuff.
Right, we do. So of course we offer school field trips, both in school and at the nature center, but it is open to the public, so people can come and enjoy the experience inside. We do have great interactive exhibits, we have live animals, but you're there for the outside more than anything.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
just there at the Oxbow Eco Center, we have 225 acres of preserved space and about 3.5 miles of trails. Wow. So the experience of just getting out of the hustle and bustle and into the quiet places,
Right.
it's amazing to me to find those green spaces on a map, and you can see that you're inside the city limits. You're very close to major highways and intersections, but you can just hike a little ways back into the preserves.
And all of it disappears.
It's a different
And you
world.
can't hear any
It's a
of
different
that.
Right.
world.
It's amazing.
It shifts.
Yeah.
It
Right.
shifts into another world.
And it's so calming. I would say Oxbow is probably one of our busiest preserves because it is so incredibly accessible. But like I said, we have 27 preserves that are throughout the county and open to the public. So you can go to a place like Bluefield Ranch Preserve and hike 9 miles and be out there all day and probably not see a soul, another person out there.
Wow.
At the Oxbow, you might see people around, but we have so many preserves to explore. That's one of my favorite things, is to just kind of try to go to a new place every so often.
Yes, I agree.
And with that many choices, you got lots of places you can go and explore.
Oh, without a
Fantastic.
doubt. Absolutely.
You have me hooked. I really do. You
Can I
really
tell
do.
you about some of my favorite places?
Yes.
Some of
Yes,
my
please
favorite
do.
preserves?
Please do.
So I live in the north side. I actually live in Indian River County, but so being closer to the north side of St. Lucie, I typically go to some of the preserves up there. So Savannah's, Indrio Savannah's is almost 300 acres. Again, a place that is just very calm and serene, quiet, very natural. There's lots of places that you can see Florida scrub jays, which are a threatened species. You can see nesting bald eagles and just sit at a quiet bench and watch the eagles fly back and forth to their nest.
Fantastic.
It's incredible. Yes. Hiking out to the observation tower and overlooking the freshwater marshes and seeing all of the wading birds and picking out the different colors and everything. Those are always fun. So Indrio Savannah's and not too far from there is DJ Wilcox. You can do several different things there. There is a pond there with an elevated boardwalk. That's a wonderful place. I've even seen otters playing there, which if you've ever seen otters, they're amazing and just so playful and fun to watch. So they'll really bring out your inner child. But there's also a fishing pier, a pier that goes out into the Indian River Lagoon that is just a wonderful place to take in the sound and the smells of the river and the water and nature and the fresh breezes. But then, you know, going out west of town into Stephen J. Fusik preserves is Teague and Paleo Hammock. They offer a whole nother world with the hydric hammocks and depressional marshes and things there. So you can see another variety of birds and wildlife in places like that.
That's fantastic.
So a favorite of a lot of our friends that hike at our preserves is Spruce Bluff. That's right in the heart of Port St. Lucie, but it's a place you can go and not hear another a road or traffic or anything. Nice place to go.
That's amazing. It's so awesome to be able to truly just get away and not have a care in the world. So go ahead, and since we have now heard about some of your favorite places to go ahead and let any of our listeners here or any of our viewers know about any of your social media sites, any of your websites, anything else that you want to let our audience know about.
Absolutely.
About the preserves.
So for social media, we do use the St. Lucie Gov social media handles, but our Oxbow Eco Center website is oxboweco.com, and if you're interested in our guided hikes, that's slchikes.org, and you can sign up for any of those. We usually have those up the month prior, so you can sign up for any of the ones in March right now. And we also are getting ready for our biggest event of the year, and we're excited to be back in person this year for our St. Lucie Earth Day Festival.
Nice.
So you can reach us there for St. Lucie earthday.com, STLUCIE earthday.com, and there you can find out about the event itself, which is April 23rd from 10 to 5 p.m. There will be environmental exhibitors, sustainability, lifestyle, great examples for you to just create a more eco-friendly lifestyle for yourself and your family. So lots of exhibitors, vendors, food trucks, you name it, it'll be there. It's a fantastic event. Live music, right? So activities for the kids and things like that. So that's, again, April 23rd from 10 to 5, and you can find out more on that website.
Nice. Perfect. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you, Tessa, for coming out and hanging out with us today.
Thank you so much for having me, and I welcome any and all of you out to our St. Lucie Preserves, whether it's out on your own or with a guided hike.
Absolutely. And Gina, White Orchid Spa, go ahead and let any of our listeners, any of our viewers know about any of your social media pages, anything else that you want to let them know about the spa or anything else that you have for us.
Very good. Yes, we are located on the web at whiteorchidspa.info. Of course, you can also locate us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all the social media platforms. As far as the spa is concerned, As you mentioned, our menu is quite extensive, so
That's
I would
right.
recommend hopping on there and taking a look at what we have to offer. Our spa coordinators can help create a package for you or guide you based upon what your concerns are. And we do ask guests to arrive early so that you can enjoy our amenities. We do offer healthy snacks with teas and infused waters. Of course, enjoy the aromatherapy that we offer. And we have locker rooms set up available where guests can come in and change into robes and slippers, just kind of set that mood for relaxation. We offer halotherapy, which is great for the respiratory system, detoxifies our bodies, and just helps to ease tension, as well as a cedarwood sauna. And that will also help to relieve muscle tension, preparing the body for treatment, and helping to relieve anxiety.
Wow. So it's really, it really is just like a, from beginning to end, an entirely like peaceful, all-inclusive experience where like you're just really going to be completely enveloped in the whole mood
Absolutely.
of
Want people to be able
relaxation.
to come in and just linger and lounge around. Like you said, we can spend the whole day there.
Right.
And just connect
pamper
from
yourself.
technology and all the stressors in the world.
Love
We
it.
want everyone to experience that ultimate spa experience.
Love it. That's amazing. Once again, Gina, thank you so much for being here with us
Thank you
today.
for having me.
And Dina,
Yes.
go ahead as well. Let any of our listeners and any of our audience know about what you have going on and any of your social media sites or anything.
Sure. Before I begin, we can entangle everything here. We can send them to you, to me, to you. You know,
Right.
we can absolutely entangle this
Right.
whole Zen moment. Yes. So I normally host my events at the Elliott Museum on Hutchinson Island. I have the theater that's available to me. I also host different lectures and workshops that are not all about sound, that bring in mediumships, book signing, depending on what the community is interested in. I test the waters, and now I have a special person this coming Friday, a gong master. So different than what I do, they're all gongs. He's sold out in 24 hours. I just sent it to whoever was interested in sound, and that was gone because it's
Wow.
another experience. He's more of a performance. What I do is not a performance. It's
Right.
therapeutic, and it's take you on a journey. That's why you're not looking.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to watch a lot,
Right.
very long. So at the Elliott Museum, however, I have my website, which is called soundvibration.net. I apologize. .com was $5,000. Soundvibration.net. I'm on Facebook with my first and last name, DEENARAHILL, on YouTube as well. And I love to advertise on discovermartin.com. They accept every event, and it's just all my events are on that calendar as well. treasurecoast.com. Any Natural Magazine, Natural Awakening Magazine is another great directory that puts us all together to advertise in different modalities, but in the Tri-County and beyond. And yes, that's it, soundvibration.net.
Thank you so much, Dina, once again for being with us. And for everyone else that's listening or watching on YouTube, thank you all so much for joining us here at Don't Come Here, Stories of the Treasure Coast. And as always, if you are not interested in having wonderful experiences here in the Treasure Coast, if you are not interested in finding your inner peace and finding that moment of Zen, then please don't come here.